In the twilight of World War II, above the war-torn landscapes of Eastern Europe, an extraordinary sight graced the skies. A Messerschmitt Bf 109, the pinnacle of German aerial engineering, soared through the clouds adorned with the unmistakable stars and stripes of the United States Army Air Force. This audacious masquerade was not merely a visual spectacle. Was a desperate gambit, a flight into the heart of uncertainty, where the lines between ally and enemy blurred in the crucible of war. At the controls sat Constantin Cantacuzino, a man of stark contrasts, born into Romanian nobility. His lineage whispered tales of Byzantine emperors and ancient aristocracy. Yet Cantacuzino was no relic of a bygone era. He was a modern marvel, a celebrated sportsman who had conquered tennis courts, shattered speed records, and led ice hockey teams to international glory. More significantly, he was a lethal ace, a pilot forged in the fires of aerial combat, credited with decimating over 40 Allied aircraft while serving the Axis powers. Behind him, wedged into the cramped cavity where radio equipment should reside, an American officer endured a suffocating ordeal. Lieutenant Colonel James Gunn III, a man of rank and responsibility, found himself a breathless stowaway, his fate intertwined with that of his former enemy. The air was thin, the space constricting, and the mission bordered on suicidal. Both men acutely understood the razor's edge they trod. To Allied anti-aircraft batteries, the Bf 109's silhouette could appear as a wolf in sheep's clothing, inviting a storm of fire. To German forces, the American markings were an unforgivable act of treachery, demanding immediate annihilation. As the engine roared and the landscape blurred beneath them, Cantacuzino knew that a safe landing was merely the prelude to a gauntlet of explanations, suspicions, and potentially lethal consequences. This flight was more than a journey through the sky. It was a passage through a moral and military labyrinth, where survival hinged on audacity, skill, and an improbable alliance forged in the desperate crucible of war. Constantin Cantacuzino's life had been a tapestry woven with threads of privilege and extraordinary achievement from its very inception. Born into the Romanian aristocracy on November 11th, 1905, he was heir to a legacy stretching back centuries. His physical presence was commanding, a man towering over 6 feet, with the bearing of his noble lineage. He moved through the elite circles of European society with effortless grace, excelling in every pursuit he embraced. A poignant anecdote from the 1931 Ice Hockey World Championships perfectly encapsulated his spirit. Following a crushing 15-0 defeat to the United States, Cantacuzino sought out the referee with a surprising request. He asked that a message of sincere gratitude be conveyed to the American team, acknowledging their superior skill and expressing hope that his team would learn valuable lessons from the humbling experience. This act of sportsmanship in the face of such a resounding loss revealed the depth of his character. However, it was in the boundless expanse of the sky that Cantacuzino discovered his ultimate passion. Obtaining his pilot's license in 1933 ignited a lifelong devotion. He immersed himself in the world of aviation with characteristic fervor, dedicating himself to mastering the art of flight. His appointment as personal pilot to Prince George Valentin Bibescu, president of the Fédération Aéronautique Internationale, provided him with unparalleled opportunities. He logged over 2,000 hours in the air, navigating the intricate airspaces of Europe, honing his skills and deepening his love for flight. By 1939, Cantacuzino was not content with mere proficiency. He sought mastery in the exhilarating realm of aerobatics. His dedication culminated in winning the coveted National Aerobatics Competition, piloting his beloved Booker Bu 133 Jungmeister, a biplane celebrated for its agility and responsiveness. As Cantacuzino painted breathtaking patterns across the sky, Europe hurtled towards the abyss of war. When Romania formally joined Germany's invasion of the Soviet Union in June 1941, Cantacuzino felt an undeniable call to duty. Despite his prestigious appointment as chief pilot of Lares, the Romanian national airline, a position that guaranteed safety and comfort far from the front lines, he could not reconcile himself to remaining a passive observer while his countrymen risked their lives in battle. He leveraged his extensive network of contacts and navigated bureaucratic obstacles with unwavering determination, securing a position with the 53rd Fighter Squadron. For 4 relentless months, as Romanian forces advanced eastward into Soviet territory, Cantacuzino proved that his peacetime aerobatic prowess translated seamlessly into the brutal ballet of aerial combat. He achieved 4 confirmed aerial victories, 3 Soviet DB-3 bombers and 1 I-16 fighter, along with 2 probable kills. However, his initial combat tour was unexpectedly brief. Following the capture of Odessa in October 1941, he was among those demobilized and ordered to return to his civilian post at Lares. The return to routine airline flights must have felt like a profound anticlimax for a man of Cantacuzino's spirit. Yet, he possessed a remarkable capacity for patience and strategic foresight. He bided his time, maintaining his military connections, and waited for the opportune moment to once again take to the skies in a fighter aircraft. That moment arrived in April 1943. Cantacuzino was remobilized and assigned to the 7th Fighter Group, this time piloting the formidable Messerschmitt Bf 109. His leadership qualities were quickly recognized, and within days of joining the unit, he was placed in command of the 58th Fighter Squadron. Cantacuzino's first major engagement as squadron commander occurred on June 29, 1943. While escorting a formation of Romanian Junkers Ju-88 bombers, he and his wingman encountered a mixed force of Soviet aircraft. A fierce dogfight erupted, a swirling vortex of aircraft and gunfire. Cantacuzino's wingman was forced to disengage, leaving him alone against a numerically superior enemy. Despite the odds, he managed to shoot down 2 of the attacking fighters before returning to base, his own Bf 109 bearing the scars of the intense aerial battle. As the war intensified, Cantacuzino's daring exploits began to forge his legend. When Soviet bombers began conducting night raids on his airfield, he took matters into his own hands, initiating unauthorized night missions to defend the base, despite his Bf 109 lacking specialized night-flying equipment. His superiors questioned his judgment, even his sanity, yet they could not deny the effectiveness of his audacious actions. On July 27, 1943, Cantacuzino faced one of the most daunting challenges of his combat career. Leading a fighter escort for a German reconnaissance aircraft, he found himself alone against 3 Soviet fighters, one of which bore the distinctive red engine cowling of a Soviet ace. This particular aircraft belonged to Nikolai Fedorovich Kamushin, a decorated pilot already credited with 11 kills. Unfazed by his opponent's reputation, Cantacuzino engaged in a furious aerial duel. With a perfectly timed maneuver, he gained the advantage and sent Kamushin's fighters spiraling earthward in flames. By August 1943, Cantacuzino's confirmed victory count had climbed to 27, earning him the Iron Cross First Class. However, the relentless strain of combat began to take its toll, and he was hospitalized for several months. Despite his weakened state, his resolve to return to the fight remained unbroken. As summer approached in 1944, Cantacuzino's victory tally continued to rise. He became the first Romanian pilot to down the advanced North American P-51 Mustang and added Lockheed P-38 Lightning fighters to his impressive list of victories. On August 18th, tragedy struck when Alexandru Șerbanescu, another celebrated Romanian ace, was killed in action. Recognizing Cantacuzino's exceptional combat record and natural leadership, he was appointed as Șerbanescu's successor, assuming command of the 9th Fighter Group. However, just 5 days later, on August 23, 1944, Cantacuzino's war and Romania's destiny took an abrupt and dramatic turn. With the Soviet Red Army rapidly approaching Romania's borders and Germany's defeat looming, the Romanian government made the momentous decision to switch allegiance, joining the Allied cause. The German response was immediate and brutal. Luftwaffe bombers launched vengeful attacks on Bucharest. Cantacuzino, now leading his pilots against the Luftwaffe, found himself in the surreal position of fighting against the very forces he had served alongside for years. In these desperate engagements, he downed 3 German Heinkel He-111 bombers, adding yet another aircraft type to his impressive list of victories. In the chaotic aftermath of Romania's switch to the Allied side, Cantacuzino was entrusted with his most audacious mission yet. Hundreds of Allied airmen, liberated from Romanian prisoner-of-war camps, found themselves free but vulnerable, at risk from both retreating German forces and the advancing Soviets. Cantacuzino met with Lieutenant Colonel James Gunn III, the senior American POW in Romania, to assess the precarious situation. Gunn emphasized the urgent need to contact Allied command in Italy to organize a large-scale rescue operation. After an initial attempt to transport Gunn in a Romanian bomber failed due to engine trouble, Cantacuzino proposed an audacious alternative. He would personally fly Gunn to Italy in his single-seat Bf-109. Ground crews worked feverishly to prepare the fighter. The radio equipment was removed to create a cramped space for Gunn, and American markings and flags were hastily painted over the German insignia. Gunn was sealed into the modified compartment, a perilous journey with no escape route. Using a map sketched from memory, they prepared for the impossible flight. Against all odds, Cantacuzino successfully navigated to the American airbase near Cerignola, Italy. The sight of a Bf-109 adorned with American flags landing at their base left American personnel in disbelief. Calmly requesting a screwdriver, Cantacuzino removed a fuselage panel, revealing his passenger. Lieutenant Colonel Gunn emerged, suffering from hypoxia but alive. Cantacuzino's mission continued as he flew a P-51 Mustang back to Romania to confirm the airfield's safety for the rescue operation. His return flight was escorted by Mustangs, with orders to shoot him down if he deviated. Over Yugoslavia, Cantacuzino broke formation, firing a single shot before rejoining, likely testing his weapons. His actions initiated Operation Reunion, leading to the evacuation of over 1,100 Allied airmen. With Operation Reunion a resounding success, Constantin Cantacuzino returned to combat, now fighting alongside the Allies against his former German comrades. He led his squadron in the liberation of Transylvania, displaying the same unwavering courage and exceptional skill. On February 25, 1945, in one of Romania's final major air offensives, he shot down a German FW-190 in what would be his last aerial victory. By war's end, Cantacuzino was credited with 43 confirmed aerial victories, potentially as many as 69, making him Romania's top ace. However, his story did not end with the war's conclusion. As post-war Romania descended under Soviet influence, Cantacuzino, like many of the old elite, became a target of the new regime. He lost his lands, his marriage dissolved, and in 1947, he was forced to escape to Italy, eventually settling in Spain. On May 26, 1958, Constantin Cantacuzino, Romania's greatest aviator, passed away in Madrid at the age of 52. His extraordinary life, marked by shifting allegiances and unwavering courage, stands as a testament to the complexities of war and the indomitable spirit of those who navigate its turbulent skies. Cantacuzino's legacy remains a powerful reminder that even in the darkest of times, individual acts of bravery and compassion can transcend the boundaries of conflict, leaving an indelible mark on history. As we conclude this extraordinary tale of Constantin Cantacuzino, we hope you've been captivated by his remarkable journey through the skies of World War II. If you found this story inspiring, we'd be thrilled to have your support. Your engagement fuels our passion to uncover and share more incredible historical narratives. By subscribing to our channel and giving this video a thumbs up, you're not just showing appreciation, you're helping us bring more fascinating stories to life. Together, we can continue to explore the depths of history and the heights of human courage. Thank you for joining us on this adventure through time, and we look forward to bringing you more compelling content in the future.